So this to top the pool and to avoid Japan in the semi-final. Lee Jones gets a start, the Rafe Morrison leading try scorer in this tournament. Such youth and vitality on this Hong Kong side. Nardoni as well on the Sri Lankan side. Well, a couple of their rock stars are back, namely Danushka Ranjan. Look out for the skipper, Surya Bandara in number 9 as well, and Dansha Dayan in number 3. He's been scoring tries all over the place. Nori Hashimoto from Japan is our referee. So this is to top the pool.
Well, this is a big one for the Tuskers. They've really got to throw down a marker now. Second day, and they're up against probably one of the most fancied sides in the tournament. Twice the runner-up in the series so far. Asian Games gold medalists. But it's home ground for Sri Lanka. They're going to go big. I can feel it.
Here they come then. Can they get their fans behind them? An early score will go a long way towards that. Danushka Ranjan gets the big hit from Neville, and we'll come back for the first knock on there. It was knocked on by Hong Kong in that contact, but if they can just get the crowd behind them here, Jed, in the opening minutes, it'll be worth a few points.
It's great stuff. You can hear the gasp from the grandstand as that ball went loose. Jackie Neville threw a toe on it, and just at that point there, well, it would have been a cricket match. It would have been called a spectator's catch.
Approach.
Important phase here. Good attacking position for Sri Lanka.
Set.
They'll be looking to test Hong Kong early.
Sudam feeds the ball. Looking here for Danuk. Looking for one of their strike players. They bring it back to where the forwards are waiting. Look at that, Guyan. He goes straight in. Full frontal on Rafe Morrison, who doesn't take a backward step at all. Takes down the big prop, and they, with a blink of an eye, they're on the other side of the field again. This is Riza. They're on the halfway. Hong Kong's defence just sort of sitting back right now. Morrison again with the big tackle. Here's the skipper, Surya Bandara. He's looking for some players. He puts a bit of footwork on and bamboozles Morrison. Not Nardoni though. He puts a massive suplex on him, and you can see the Sri Lankan down on the field. He hurt. He felt that one. Danushka Ranjan. He takes on the old campaigner himself, Lee Jones. And, well, they didn't really go anywhere, and you can still see in the background, I think it's Surya Bandara, who got absolutely suplexed by Nardoni there.
Well, he got himself in a bad position, and Nardoni had good technique on him, and he drove it all the way home. And, well, that's the thing. When you've got Nardoni on the pitch, someone's going to get hurt. But Hong Kong playing a brilliant hand defensively at the moment. You see them committing absolutely no one to the breakdown, making good clean hits. Their defensive structure's working well, pressing them off towards the sideline. Inside man getting a good clean shot on the ball carrier every time. And the Hong Kong defence, it's efficient, it's well organised. And more importantly, it's working as we watch Nardoni just crush the Sri Lankan ball carrier on that particular contact. And the team mechanics come running on. Look at the focus in that mob.
There's a high level of concern there, wasn't there? Their skipper lays prone on the floor. He's maybe just winded. Actually, looks like a shoulder, or looks like he might be done. Might have landed awkwardly on that shoulder. Yeah, that's not good news for the Sri Lankans. This man is instrumental in their efforts. A live wire. That's a setback.
He'll be public enemy number 1 now, Nardoni, after that shot, but it was legal. And at the international level, you take all opportunities as they come their way. Hong Kong, without scoring a try,
that one was
pressure on them.
Yeah, that was marginal, that line out. Just got away with that one with Hashimoto. Here's Danushka Ranjan probing, looking for something. Hood comes streaming through. joined by Morrison. They gang tackle him and they win the penalty there for Hong Kong. Morrison wants to get on with it. Here goes Nardoni. He's got Neville with him. Takes 2 tacklers. Neville with the clean out. Not rolling away. Very quick on the blower. Nardoni again. Just sets his sights on that line. Kaduli with the hands to Morrison. Denmark outside him isn't required. Kaduli now probing. And he's just going to pop over that line on his own. And, well, they weathered the storm for about 3 minutes. And the first chance they get, Kaduli with his 6th try of the series.
Hard to fault the work from Hong Kong here. They have just gone out there defensively. They've battered Sri Lanka all the way back towards their line, created the turnover. Rafe Morrison, again, his tackling in this tournament has been absolutely superb. He's probably been the supreme player, I would have thought, out of all the sides. Conversion attempt on the money. And Kaduli's try converted by Jamie Hood. Just watch the closing moments of this. Morrison opts for the set. And there's Kaduli. They've knocked the wind out of the collective Sri Lankan side's sails at the moment, and the crowd's gone deathly quiet.
Yeah, they've knocked the wind out of their skipper as well, who's off the field. And they've made a mess of the restart as Denmark swoops in and claims that for Hong Kong. Lee on the 22. Morrison to Hood. He comes off the left, tries to give it to Neville. There's a little knock down there, I thought, by Sri Lanka. Thought that was knocked down by the Sri Lankan player, but it's going to be a scrum for Sri Lanka, a defensive scrum just outside their 22. 7-0, 5 minutes gone. Does look warm down there, Jed.
I think the temperature's starting to climb too.
Fine.
I'm no expert in it. I can tell you what, I can see a hot day from a mile away.
Sudam goes from the base and puts in a kick, and he's made a complete mess of that. Well over the sideline. That is wasted ball, wasted possession. Maybe a bit of a panic there.
Well, they've got to fight to get their composure back now, Sri Lanka. They've had some misfortune early. Injured player. He might have been a leader on the pitch, but now it's time for guys like Danushka Ranjan to really step up, help lead his side. There's been a name missing from the series for the first 2 tournaments. They've saved him for this one. He's got to play a leader's role now.
On comes 2, Kavinda Pereira, also an electrifying player. No good having those electrifying players when you kick the ball out. Max Denmark now gets on the outside of Danushka Ranjan, and he has no answer to the young 19-year-old's pace and power. Puts the fend on, 13th try of the series. Vital score for Hong Kong here as we close in on half-time.
Well, I actually think they might have sealed the deal already. Look at this, good clean ball off the top. Denmark gets it with a wee bit of work to do, and Danushka Ranjan shows absolutely no interest in that at all, which is fearful for a senior player in this Tuskers team, a man they're relying on to show them the way forward. And that conversion, absolutely sensational from Jamie Hood. He's got the crosshairs on today. But Max Denmark made absolutely short work of Danushka Ranjan. Made him look like a schoolboy.
So there's time for the restart as the hooter sounds. They got a slight breeze out their back. Sri Lanka with the sun in their eyes. They're able to take that through Ranjan. They'll be looking for someone like Kavinda Pereira. Here goes Danuk. Lee Jones and Jack Neville team up there. And it's just side to side at the moment. Here's Danushka Ranjan. He needs to step up. Back on the cut comes Kevin Dixon. One to beat. The sweeper's there. Easily beaten And he's going to go under the post, and that's exactly what they needed right at the right time. They are dangerous from anywhere, just when nothing was on. Danushka Ranjan puts the gas down, calls Dixon in, who goes about 70 metres. Beautiful stuff from the Tuskers.
Well, we've seen this bloke run them in from all angles, and it's probably just that he's the man to start the ball rolling for Sri Lanka. Maybe he's the figure they look to when they're looking for someone to lead them forward on the pitch.
Kevin Dixon made light work of Jamie Hood coming across there, the sweeper. He had a lot of work to do, so they trail at half-time. 14 points to 7. They've kept the crowd in this one, which is vital. Players like Kevin Dixon, as we look at the earlier try to Kadu Lee here. Again, the defence just going too high. And then we saw Denmark's incredible finish here on the old master. Yeah, it's pretty shoddy, all right. Denmark in for his 13th try of the series, so the game is still alive here. They've only had the one opportunity, and they did well to take the full 7. They'll now have the sun and the wind at their backs, the Tuskers. If they get their head in the game, there's no reason why they can't topple Hong Kong here. It's just a little bit inconsistent though at the moment.
Well, they're still in the game, they're still connected, and they'll be playing these conditions perfectly. They know this ground like the back of their hands. That breeze continues to stiffen. It'll be a great time to hear your thoughts, your comments about what we're doing and what's happening here, where rugby is for you. Asia Rugby on Facebook, asia.rugby. Follow us there. You can also pick it up on Instagram. Tons of fun to be had on the Asia Rugby Live Instagram channel. Check it out. It's great fun. They're doing some superb work. The people behind the scenes for the digital side of Asia Rugby, and Asia Rugby at Asia Rugby on Twitter.
And there's a drone just hanging around the 10-metre line here, which just scarpered. It was right in Jamie Hood's firing line. As we get underway in the second half, and Denmark on the full. Look at the athleticism, and he doesn't need Kaduli at all. That is unbelievable, isn't it? To take the ball in full flight at full speed. That's 100% commitment from Denmark.
Well, we made the comment yesterday that he's just still probably exploring the limits of what he can do. Max Denmark as Jamie Hood crosses the T and dots the I. We see flashes of Max Denmark's talent, but look at that. He's so good in the air, and then the power. They had him by the shirt tails, and he just pulled away. My word. He's hot on the heels with Mark Coverdale, Nardoni. 2 or 3 of the linchpins for this Hong Kong team going forward.
And Peter Wood, the Sri Lankan coach, will be cross with his team there after the half-time rev up. We're still in this game. Let's keep applying pressure. And within 10 seconds, they find themselves now trailing by 14. That takes Max Denmark up to 5 tries for the tournament, so he's on level with Rafe Morrison from Hong Kong as well. Kevin Dixon's got 3. He's got 1 in this game for Sri Lanka. He's going to have to get the hands on the ball again. It's going to be a scrum here on the 10-metre for the Sri Lankans.
Well, Hong Kong know, and they were shown quite clearly at the end of the first half. There's absolutely no way they can button off the task here. They saw the immense strike power of Sri Lanka, and they trotted one in from 50 out. Just a small collapse of the defensive structure, and Sri Lanka swooped straight on it.
Hong Kong have a go at that one. I could see it in Nardoni's eyes that they were going to have a go at that scrum. but they've done it illegally. So a relieving penalty here for the Sri Lankans. They'll just nudge it downfield. Hasn't extracted much value out of that kick at all. It's made about 10 metres, so we're just inside the Hong Kong half. Again, swinging around the corner there, you can't do that. 100% eagerness. Sri Lanka take it nicely off the top, and Sudam sets the back line alight. Here's Kavinda Perera. He's a man who really has got some wheels. Hong Kong realise that, and Neville gets in there. Hood helps him out. They're on the halfway line. Up comes the defence. Back over to where the forwards are waiting. Lee Jones takes the tackle on with Nardoni, and the Sri Lankans, well, they just run out of space there. Nothing really imaginative going on. I said that earlier in the first half, and suddenly they were under the sticks with a 7-pointer.
Shout out to Chris Davies. Dialed in from parts unknown, probably in Fiji. Bulla.
All right, but here we come again. Up comes the defensive line. Neville gets bumped. There's no one in front of Reza. He's going to beat Kaduli to the corner, who does well to keep him out wide. One missed tackle's all it takes, and they're in. That's their second try. Reza Rafaidin. Important kick to come.
Well, Jack Neville will not be too impressed with himself here. He had a good angle on this player, but look at that. Just at the wrong time. He's dropped the shoulder right on the chest of Jack Neville and got rid of him without too many worries. It's a well-taken try by Sri Lanka. And again, Hong Kong gets stung. Have Sri Lanka got the time they need, though?
It's going to leave them 9 points short, so they need 2 scores. He got the pointy end of the shoulder here, didn't he? Bang! Didn't do too much wrong, Neville. It was just a superior piece of offence by Reza. Just got the timing spot on. Kane Boko's on, and he decides to take that one, even though it hasn't gone the 10. Denmark's here, looking for his hat-trick. Neville recovers from that little setback and decides to put things right. Not Howard, does well to feed up the supporting Jones, who gives it a basketball pass over the top. Here goes Hood now, Boko. Nardoni's out wide, and Boko doesn't care, he just pins his ears back. Nardoni now, he puts in a big bump of his own. Having a quick look at the short side, Boko. It closes pretty quickly now. Here's Denmark, be looking for his hat-trick. Just, God, this guy only knows one way, doesn't he? He just sees a gap that's really not there and puts his hulking frame through it, but he was held according to Hashimoto. So there's a minute remaining. Sri Lanka need 2 scores. Again, the touch finder is not really relieving much pressure, but they will have the line out.
Yeah, good desperation defence in the end by Sri Lanka.
Time.
Just managing to tip Denmark up. 30 seconds remaining. Hong Kong now looking pretty safe as they press the button and retire Jack Neville and Max Denmark in favour of Liam Herbert and Eric Kwok from the USRC Tigers. Good win for the Tigers over Valley yesterday.
Break advantage.
Tomasi Lau is on as well there, you see in 7. So the bench gets a run here in the final moments as we close in on the hooter. Here's Eric Kwok. Scoots out of one. He's got Herbert with him. The 2 subs combining well down there, and looks like he's taken that back, Sudam, so it'll be a 5-metre scrum.
5-metre scrum.
Exactly what you want from your bench players, making an immediate impact. who to go. So this game is done. Hong Kong will take out the pool. Sri Lanka will face Japan. Hong Kong will face the Philippines.
Crouch. Bind. Bind is like this. Don't push it, please. It's easy.
So chance here for a final nail in the coffin. It's all semantics really. Kadu Lee waits.
There you go.
And, well, they don't have the appetite for it at all, and there's no need. So out it goes from Christie. And they've taken this one out, have Hong Kong. They've sealed the pool. They will go on and face the Philippines. They've beaten Sri Lanka here, 3 tries to 2. At moments, that was an exciting game. Sri Lanka tried to stay in it. They lost their captain early, which didn't help.